Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is November 12th, 2024, and today we're gonna be talking about the operation to sign a center forward as Robert Lewandowski is not getting any younger and as Barcelona currently searching the market for a replacement for Lewandowski. And we're gonna talk about all the options that Barcelona are considering. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before I begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to Goal Kits, Get Back, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now let's talk about the possible replacement for Robert Lewandowski, who of course has been having a spectacular form this season so far, scoring 19 goals in 16 appearances. And as you might recall, he scored 26 goals total all last season. He's already 7 goals away despite only being 2 months into the season. So Lewandowski having a brilliant start. And of course, the Polish striker's contract does run until 2026, and he has an automatic clause renewal in his contract that would automatically extend his contract by 1 more year. And in order to meet that clause, in order for that automatic renewal to happen, Lewandowski would have to play 55% of all matches. Not any matches. It has to be either matches where he starts or matches where he plays at least 45 minutes. And given the Polish striker's form, it looks like he will easily meet that clause and his contract will be automatically renewed. But nonetheless, despite Barcelona being happy with Lewandowski, despite his automatic renewal most likely will happen, the club are, of course, in the market looking for a replacement because Lewandowski is not getting any younger. And by next season, he will be 37 years old. Now, who is Barcelona gonna sign? Of course, Barcelona had made their bet with Vitor Roque, signing the 19-year-old Brazilian with lots of fanfare, thinking that he could be the one to replace Robert Lewandowski. Of course, that did not work out, and Vitor Roque ended up in Real Betis. And now Barcelona are once again in the market looking for someone else. And of course, one name that has been ringing a lot, one name that's been talked a lot is, of course, Erling Haaland, the 24-year-old Manchester City center forward who's considered now the greatest striker on earth, who Joan Laporta has been wanting to sign for quite some time. But of course, because of the club's financial situation, that hasn't been possible. And now his name is being linked to Barcelona once again. But despite that, I don't think that there's any chance of this is happening. For the same reason, for financial reasons, because in order for Barcelona to sign Erling Haaland, they would have to fix many economic situations. They would have to reach the 1-1 rule. They would have to sign more sponsorships, make a bunch of sales just to generate all that money to sign Haaland. Plus, you're going to have to try to convince Manchester City to sell you their biggest star for an affordable price, which of course, that's not going to happen. And finally, it is being talked about how Manchester City are working on the contract renewal of Erling Haaland, and that Haaland most likely will renew his contract with the Premier League club. So the chances of this happening are very, very low. Now, going from an extremely complicated operation, let's move on to the most feasible operation, which is Jonathan David, the 24-year-old center forward currently playing at Lille. This is someone whose contract expires at the end of the season. And Jonathan David has decided that his chapter at Lille is closed. Therefore, he doesn't want to renew with the Ligue 1 club. He's looking for a new challenge, and this makes the operation that much more feasible than Haaland's because, of course, Jonathan David would come to Barcelona as a free agent rather than Barcelona having to pay something north of 100 million euros for Haaland. Now, there are other clubs interested in Jonathan David. For example, Arsenal is one of the biggest clubs who are currently after the 24-year-old. So Barcelona would have to convince Jonathan David to come to Barcelona and that Barcelona is the best project for him in case they do try to sign the Canadian center forward, who does have a higher salary than most of his teammates at Lille, but nonetheless, it's still an affordable salary for Barcelona. So free agent, salary affordable for Barcelona. This makes this operation the most feasible one out of all the ones that we are talking about. Now, another player who just starting to get linked heavily with Barcelona is, of course, someone that all of you always mention, which is Victor Gyökeres, the 26-year-old center forward out of Sporting CP, who of course has been a goal-scoring machine this season in all of competition, and as such he has attracted the attention of all major clubs in Europe, and as such Barcelona are closely monitoring the situation because they do know that there will be a bidding war. This is what these Portuguese clubs do. Once they have a star on their hands, they put him up in a bidding war. They see which is the highest paying club, and then they sell him to that club. So there's definitely going to be a bidding war for Victor Gyökeres, and Barcelona is going to be tracking this bidding war to see how high the price goes up and whether it's something that Barcelona could consider, because they're saying that Victor Gyökeres will be sold for around 70 to 75 million euros, which of course is pretty high for Barcelona. Now, Victor Gyökeres just recently rejected Manchester United's advances. I wonder why, even though his former coach Ruben Amorim just signed for Manchester United. Now, the last option, and this is a new option that we have not talked about, and it's Omar Maro, the 25-year-old Egyptian center forward out of Eintracht Frankfurt, who's currently killing it in the Bundesliga. In fact, he is the top scorer in the Bundesliga with 11 goals, tied with Harry Kane. But that is not all, because not only can Omar Maro score goals, he can also provide assists, because he also has 7 assists. So 11 goals and 7 assists. Pretty impressive number for the Egyptian in the Bundesliga. And this is kind of an option that Barcelona consider as a low-cost option as compared to, of course, that of Haaland and Victor Gyökeres. And another thing that Barcelona highly value of the Egyptian center forward is that they consider him a versatile attacker, because not only can he play as a center forward, he can also play on both wings, the right and the left. And he's a player who is described for his speed and his dribbling ability. And of course, something that Barcelona needs, which is he's very good at taking free kicks, which Barcelona, again, are in desperate need. Now, Bild, the German media outlet, who are very knowledgeable about everything that happens in the Bundesliga, have reported that Omar Marmoush's price could be around 45 million euros, which of course would be much more affordable than the 75 million euros of Gyökeres or the 100 plus for Erling Haaland. Oh, and one more thing, I almost forgot. Another positive in Omar Marmoush's column is that he has the same agent as Fermin Lopez. So this is someone that Barcelona are very familiar with, someone that Barcelona have good relationship with. So, of course, this is a plus in Barcelona's column. Anyways, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Who do you guys would like to see in Barcelona? Haaland, Gyökeres, Jonathan David, Omar Marmoush? Let me know down below. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video, which will be the third video of this evening. As always, Visca Barça.